Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and my 44th video today. So today's video is going up a little bit later. I normally upload on a Sunday and today is Tuesday. And that's because I mentioned in my last video I wasn't too well. I started to feel a bit better. I went back to work. I went to the Trafford Centre and then I think either the cold that I hadn't gone completely, or because I was out in the cold again, it kind of came back and it went a bit more onto my chest. And yeah, I just couldn't stop coughing. So I didn't upload a video or film a video on the Sunday. So I thought I'm feeling better today, so I will film today's video. And yeah, I've had a soother and I've been drinking Lemsips, so I'm hoping that I don't start coughing halfway through this video, because I don't edit my videos. I just basically film it and upload it. So I'm going to get started. So today's video is a little bit of a different video for me. It's something that I haven't done before, and that is a budget. So as I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, I am self-employed, so I don't have a fixed income, which has its upsides and downsides to it. So it's quite difficult for me to have a kind of an idea of what I'm spending on each kind of category or expense. So yeah, but what I have decided to do is I have decided to base a budget for next year. So this is creating a budget for 2024. I've decided to base a budget on an emergency fund. So my emergency fund is going to be £1,000. So anything I earn in the month over £1,000 will go into my savings. So hopefully that will start building my savings up. And then the £1,000 is then going to be split for the month. So today is all about doing the budget. This is just like a rough kind of working document. I do have some A4 sheets, like budgeting sheets and things, coming from my Planning with Ella order. So I will transfer everything over onto those and make it look nice and pretty. I was going to type this and print it out, but I've not had time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and just write it down. Excuse my terrible handwriting, and yeah, what a mess this is going to look at the end. So I'm going to get started. So this is for 2024. So pop that at the top. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself £1,000 per month. And then anything extra, so I'm going to put a plus there, is going into my savings. So I want to try and build that up as well. From that, so that £1,000, so I have two fixed expenses. So I've got two fixed. So the first one is my rent, and my second one is my phone. So these are things that I have to pay each month. So yeah, so rent, so that was 344, but I do know the TV license is going up next year, so I'm going to include that in the budget for next year. So I think it's going up by £10, so I'm going to be paying about, I think, an extra £5 towards that. So at the moment I pay 344. And I'm quite lucky because the 344 includes everything. So it includes rent, bills, it includes paying for the Ring doorbells, which is like £4 a month. And it also includes food for the month as well. So that will be increased with the extra £5 to 349. So I'm just going to round that up to 350. So I'm going to call rent 350 for next year. And then for my phone bill, that comes in around 58 or 59. I'm not too sure. So I'm just going to round that up to 60, just to make it easy for myself as well. So we've got, just get my calculator here, 350 plus, what am I doing? 350 plus 60 is 410. So that's 410. So I'm going to do the 1,000 minus the 410. I'm going to use a calculator for that. 1,000 minus 410 is 590. So that leaves me with £590. So from that £590, I'm going to move on to the monthly expenses. So with my monthly expenses, I'm quite, well, I don't actually have that many monthly expenses. I don't have a credit card, so I have no monthly kind of payments on interest, anything like that, or monthly payments on a credit card. I also, I'm not subscribed to anything. I think because I'm self-employed and I don't have a fixed income, I'm always wary about being tied into anything. So I don't have any subscriptions. The only thing I've been tempted with recently is the postcode lottery. So if anyone is signed up to the postcode lottery and they think it's worth it, or know anything about it or recommend it, then let me know in the comments. That's the only thing I've been tempted with recently. And that is because my mum plays the postcode lottery, but it's gone up to, I think, £12 a month, and I think she's been playing it for 2 years and she's only won about £50. So I decided against it at the moment. But yeah, that's the only thing I've been tempted with recently. But I have no other monthly payments apart from I do pay, which is not fixed. This is something which I just pay off my own back. So it's £200, and that is to my Help to Buy ISA. So at the moment I have £9,000 in my Help to Buy ISA, and I want to get that up to 12,000. So I've got 15 £200 payments to make. So what I have been doing in the past is, you've probably noticed when I've been doing some of my check-ins, I tend to round the number up. So in my Help to Buy ISA, I get quite a lot of interest, which I didn't realise until I started getting a larger amount of money in there. And then the interest has kind of gone up each time the amount's gone up. So in my Help to Buy ISA, for about £9,000, I got £17 interest, which I thought was really good. So I normally round it up, so I pop like 180 something in to round it up to the 200. 200 is the maximum you can put in every month. So what I'm going to do to try and hit that 15, because I know it will go into 2025, is I'm going to pop the maximum £200 in each month starting from January, rather than rounding the figure up. So that'll be £200 in my Help to Buy ISA. The reason I say 12,000 in the Help to Buy ISA as the goal is because once I hit 12,000, the government will add on an extra 3,000. That's if you want to buy a new build property. So then I will have a £15,000 deposit. And they only go up to 12,000. So anything above that, they don't add any extra. 12,000, and then they give you the 3,000. So that's why my target's 12. So that's a Help to Buy ISA. So I'm going to do 590 minus the 200 equals 390. So I'm left with 390 for the month. Yeah, for the month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to the weekly expenses. So what I've decided to do for next year, I have decided to do every month as a 5-week month. So that with 390 divided by 5. So that leaves me with £78. So I'm going to have, so 390 divided by 5, and that leaves me with £78 per week. So the £78 per week. So why I've decided to do it into 5 weeks for every month, because I know there's not 5 weeks in every month. I think I worked it out and there's maybe 5 or 6 months, something like that, where there's just 4 weeks. So that extra money, so if it's a 4-week month, it means that I'll be guaranteed that £78, which I've allocated for a 5th week, which isn't there, which I can then put towards my savings challenges. Because £78 is quite a small budget for the week, it means I might not have a lot of rollover money to put into savings challenges. So it means that if I have that £78, I know guaranteed for a certain amount of months during the year, then I'll be putting some money into my savings challenges. So that's what I've decided to do. I do have my small little binder, which I'll be using weekly, and I will be starting cash stuffing that £78 as well, just so I can keep a track on what I'm spending. I do want to have next year a spend less, save more kind of no spend year. Well, not no spend, because I will be spending, but I want to really cut down on spending on things that I don't need. I think I mentioned in my last video I bought a new like a bobble hat and glove set, and I ended up selling it because it's not something that I needed. So I bought it for I think like £15 and I sold it for £5. So I really need to cut down on just like impulse buying. So I'm thinking with a budget, that's going to hopefully help me stop doing that buying. So I do have my small binder with my wallets in there as well. So I've got quite a few different wallets. So when I do my cash stuffing, when I put that £78 in, you'll see where I'm allocating it. I will be allocating it in different places, obviously, each week, depending on what I'm doing for that week as well. And I do have some new wallets coming. I actually have, what's in it, that way you can see my terrible budget here. I do have some more wallets coming from Planning with Ella in the order that I made. And the wallets that I've ordered, some of them I won't be using straight away. So I've ordered a car wallet, I've ordered a house, and I've ordered a family. So family I might use to put things in for Casper, because Casper, who's my dog, if you don't know, he does cost me quite a bit of money per week, I've noticed, when I'm buying him sausages and treats and tennis balls and all that kind of stuff. So so I'm going to use that, I think, for Casper, because I will be budgeting for him per week. But things like the house, I won't necessarily be putting any money into there, because there's not really anything I need to buy for the house until I get my own. And then the same for car. I don't really need anything going in there at the moment until I start, obviously, maybe driving or saving up for driving lessons, things like that. So there are a few wallets that I won't be touching, but the majority of them I will be. And I think you've seen those in previous videos anyway. They're like emergency, travel, food, personal, social, all those ones. So so that's going to be my amount per week. So what I will be doing is on the 31st, hopefully I will film a video, and then on that video I will also do that £78 cash stuff ready for the first week of 2024, which starts on the Monday. It actually works out quite well, because it starts on the Monday and the first week starts on the Monday, ends on the Sunday. So it means that first week I'll be able to do my first video on that Sunday, where I can see if I've got any rollover for the week as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the kind of a rough amount of the numbers that are in my accounts and things, just because I do want to really keep track of everything next year. I think this year, I started off cash stuffing with £140, and that was basically just the amount that my dad used to draw out for himself, and he used to draw that out every week. It makes me laugh looking back now, because he was kind of like an OG cash stuffer. He used to draw out £140 every week for himself. He used to budget that to make it last the week, and then he also used to have a little pot in his house where he put like loose change, and he'd use that to go to the shop and buy some milk and things like that. So but yeah, looking back now, I'm giving myself 78 now, and that was 140, so it's near enough double. And I found that when I was drawing the 140, I was overspending, because it was more than what I needed to spend. So I think 78 is quite a good amount for me. So I'm just going to go through the numbers now as well, just before this video gets too long. So I think in my savings at the moment, this is as well, just to, if anyone's watching this video and thinking this is, saying this is all the money that I've got, it's not bragging, anything like that. It's basically just putting the numbers down, because I'll be keeping track of it throughout the next year as well. So in my savings, I think I'm going to sneeze. No, it's good. Oh, sorry about that. So in my savings, I've got about over 11,000, but I don't know the exact amount, so I'm just going to pop 11,000 there, and that's in my savings at the moment. Then I have I've got 9,000 in my Help to Buy. I've got 500 in my LISA. Oh, I can feel myself getting the cold's coming back again. So LISA. So my LISA is something different than my Help to Buy. So my Help to Buy is for my house deposit, and my LISA is for retirement. So at the moment I've got 500 in there. Savings is just, I'm just going to put a plus there because anything that can be added to that is a bonus. Help to Buy, the aim is 12,000. LISA, the aim is 4,000. And then with that 4,000, if I hit that before April, I think it is, end of March, I will get £1,000 bonus. So then that will be 5,000 in my LISA. Premium bonds at the moment, I've got 25. What else? I think that's it at the moment. And then I have my overdraft as well. This is the overdraft, which I live in. It's kind of like I don't know how, it's something that I just basically, I keep my overdraft like maxed out. So it's like minus 200 at the moment. So I keep it maxed out, and then if I need to buy anything, I just transfer money over from my savings into that account, which hopefully next year I'll be able to not do that, because I do get charges on this when I'm in that overdraft. So that's something I want to try and do next year, is make sure I'm not in that overdraft. So yeah, so savings, anything that I can put into there is a bonus. Help to Buy, my aim is 12,000. LISA, my aim is 4,000, and premium bonds, my aim is 1,000. So the reason why I've put those numbers down on there is because this amount here is going to go, 11,000 is going to go down a lot. So I've decided to get my premium bonds up to 1,000 on the 25th of December. I'm going to transfer 975 to get that up to 1,000. And on the 31st, which is New Year's Eve, I'm going to transfer 3,500 into my LISA. So I'm just going to max the LISA out to get to 4,000, and I'm just going to put the 975 to get to 1,000 in premium bonds. So that way I don't have to worry about trying to put money into the LISA when I'm already putting money into my Help to Buy. And then hopefully, if I can get this done next year in 2024, I can concentrate more on then my LISA. The only downside to the LISA is, as I've mentioned, it's for retirement, and I know this sounds morbid, but I'm not someone that kind of thinks of the future, because I could step outside of this house and get run over by a bus today if I go out. So I'm not someone that really thinks too far ahead. So even though I am putting money into the LISA, yeah, I just don't know whether on, I mean, I know I need to have money going into some kind of retirement because I don't have a pension because I'm self-employed. But yeah, it's something that I don't think about like long term. So anyway, so yeah, that is my numbers here. So what I'm going to do is, when the Planning with Ella haul order arrives, I will transfer all this and make it look nice and neat onto there. And yeah, this is my budget for 2024. So my next video hopefully is going to be my planning with Ella haul video. The video after on the 24th is hopefully going to be my 2024 goals, and then lastly on the 31st hopefully it's going to be my 2024 setup. And also my first cash stuff in, the £78, ready for the first week of January 2024. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. It is a very different video, and yeah, it's something that I think I do need to do to try and save money and not spend unnecessarily. So this is what I'm going to be doing for next year. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you not next Sunday, possibly next Sunday or during the week. When the order arrives, I'll film it and upload it. See you then. Bye.